Hey, what's up guys, Yuma here, and it is my birthday. What better way to celebrate my birthday than to release a video no one ever asked for? This is Three Kingdoms All-Stars Idol. It's basically like any other idol RPG. It's like Seven Knights Idol, Chop Chop Adventure, Mini Soul Land, Legend of the Mushroom, but in the reskin of the Three Kingdoms era. So, I've been liking it. You can expect the same type of gameplay like all the other idle adventure games, but I like Three Kingdoms. I'm a big sucker for it, so I figured I'd make a video just to help all the people who are joining on in. So I made a tier list. I took a couple hours to make a spreadsheet tier list just to put as much info dump as much as possible to validate my decisions, I guess, and hopefully it helps you. I am in server 2. You can see my name here, Yuma. I think I'm the highest level in all the servers right now. In terms of ranking, I am ranked 10. I used to be rank 1, but obviously, since I'm not a spender, I'm doomed to fall at some point. So, but luckily, a lot of my guildies are in the top 10, as well as in just top 100s in general for all servers. Luckily, the guilds are cross-server, so you don't have to worry about being a different server in case you want to join my server one day. But of course, we're going to be competing for the top spots for G-Boss and all that stuff when it comes out next week. Okay, but here are the meat and potatoes, the tier list. I made a spreadsheet, like I said. Here it is right here. So I'm going to give you guys a visual guide for this video. But if you just want to go straight into looking at everything by yourself, I will put the spreadsheet link in the comments below. Here we are. First, we have Guan Yu. I pretty much did it from top to bottom what you should be getting. So triple S top to SS to S all the way down to A to C rank. So Guan Yu for pickup event, I put him at double S. He is probably the second strongest skill damage multiplier in the game right now. As you can see here, 230% times 9 is 2070% damage. That's of course if all 9 hits actually land on the enemy. Now, if you have the exclusive weapon, that doubles, because here you can see it says hits from skill is doubled, gained additional crit rate of 10%, which will give you a total of crit rate of 20%. So here it will double, meaning 4,140% damage. So a very solid pick, very great hyper carry, works well with the Shu faction. Now we got Warlord Lubu. Lubu is a pay-to-win only unit, only accessible through the Fame packs, which you'll see at the top right. I can show it here. Under Fame, it starts at Fame level 4, and you can purchase the packages down here at the bottom right. Next, we have the 3 respective leaders of their own factions, Liu Bei, Cao Cao, and Sun Quan. They are both huge, insane buffers. They are a mainstay in their faction teams. So Liu Bei giving 30% damage buff to Shu heroes, Cao Cao giving 30% to Wei, Sun Quan 30% to Wu. So definitely, if you get these, they are a must-have, and they will essentially skyrocket your damage and progress. As for their exclusive weapon, not really a priority, just reduces skill cooldown. Out of the 3, Cao Cao's actually better in terms of damage. You can see the multipliers here. Now going on to the SS tier Zhao Yu or Zhu Yu. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm Chinese too, but I was born in Canada, so I apologize. But Zhou Yu, based on his multipliers and tooltips, he seems pretty freaking busted. So 190% times 10, so 1,900% damage total with a minus 10% defense debuff. So it's always good for when you have defense shredders on your team. And if you have his EX weapon, if you're pay to win or you get lucky, he can cast his skill 2 additional times. It says cast 2 of the skill name. So hopefully this tooltip is correct and it's not a translation error. But if it does cast 2 additional times, and it's like 10 plus 10 plus 10 hits, so 30 hits total, that skyrockets his damage to 5,700%. Sorry if you hear squeaking, that's my dog in the background playing with his toy. But yeah, 5,700% damage on paper is actually higher than Guan Yu's. So Guan Yu would be third in terms of highest damage multiplier. That is, of course, if the tooltip for the skill is correct for the exclusive weapon. So Zhao Yu, solid pick, will go really well with Sun Quan. And next we have Sima Yi for the Wei faction. Sima Yi is pretty much like Zhou Yu. It's a defense shredder, even better defense shredder, but you just sacrifice the damage. So you can see here, base value 220% times 10, so you have 2,200% damage. If you have exclusive weapon, you don't get any additional damage increases, but you get a additional minus 10% defense, making it a total of minus 20%. Not to mention, he also silences for 5 seconds, which is huge for PvP, so big yes on that. And I might want to just change this to big yes. Big yes for all of these for Arena. Sun Jian for Wu, double S, is an evasion debuffer. Great damage, again, multipliers, especially if you get their exclusive weapon. For Cao Ren, he is the god tank for Wei faction. Honestly, this is a must-have. If you are a whale, definitely get him. He basically has a 50% defense buff for himself for 5 seconds. And if you get his exclusive weapon, which I highly recommend, it applies to the entire team. So your entire team will be unkillable. Not that you have any problems with surviving, but like for those higher stage bosses or dungeons, Cao Ren will be phenomenal. Definitely a double S, maybe a triple S. I might have to adjust these ratings. I think I only gave triple S to the faction buffers as well as Lubu, because Lubu is phenomenally ridiculous in terms of damage. Now onto the S ranks. S ranks are just phenomenal in any team, and they're a great addition to have. Dongbai being the only one to have an attack buff outside of the 3 leaders of the factions. She has a 10% buff to the entire team, as well as a 10% debuff to the enemies. And of course, if you get the exclusive, it's just that much better. Now, Ma Yan and Zhu Liang are pretty much units that work hand in hand. Ma Yan gives crit rate, Zhu Liang gives crit damage. So as you can see, Shu is very focused on crit. So it's going to be a crit focused team. So great to have. They're great in any team. It doesn't have to be Shu. Dongzhuo is a great burst. If you don't have Lubu or Guan Yu, Dongzhuo is always a great option as well. Guozha, great debuffer, attack debuffer for the Wei faction. Decent damage. Dian Wei is basically the Guan Yu alternative, but for the Wei faction. Has defense pen on their skill. Just a little less damage than Guan Yu. But if you get the exclusive weapon, it pretty much adds up or even better actually than Guan Yu. So don't sleep on Dian Wei. As for Zhang Hualing, the debuff, great silence if you get the exclusive weapon. It's just an alternative attack debuffer again for the warlords. Now I don't know if debuffs and buffs stack, so I don't know if you want to experiment with that or just at least have one only and not have more than one. That's up to you to experiment. That's not on me. But yeah, so Sun Shang, oh my, I am butchering these names. But basically Sun, the only healer in the legendary cast roster. So you can't go wrong with having a healer in any team. So Gan Ning is the best tank. Actually, Gan Ning and Lu Meng, hand in hand, are some of the strongest tanks on the Wu faction side. Gan Ning doing more damage as a tank, and Lu Meng being more tanky but less damage. So pick your poison, I guess. They're both really good options. Xiao Shi is the primary Wei tank and super good, especially if you have exclusive weapon. You get a 25% heal over 5 seconds. She basically self heals herself, and that'll be every 15.5 seconds they can self heal themselves. So Xiao Hoshi is like pretty much self reliant, self dependent, and self sustaining. So super very solid. Don't sleep on it. This and Cao Ren just gonna be an unstoppable tank duo, pretty much. Lady Lu, this one I'm not too sure on. I think it's gonna be a S tier and only unit that I would say swap in for just offline farming or farming while you're AFK, just for the movement speed. 100% movement speed to all allies for 7 seconds might be very, very good for speed running and getting levels and XP. So definitely worth deciding or considering. Su Huang, I'm not too sure. This needs experimentation. If people can help me experiment on it. Su Huang looks like a crazy death breaker. It might be a sleeper double S tier unit just based on their skill, which gives 15% death pen on target. So the target gets 15% death pen on them, which means the entire team can benefit off that 50% death pen. They're basically doing 50% extra damage. So this is going to be a huge boss killer. But again, tooltip is very vague, so I'm not too sure this needs testing. Zhongfei, very solid DPS, can't go wrong. Multipliers are solid. Cao Pi has a 30% death pen, same as Zhang Fei, very good. Probably a good boss killer, tank killer, I should say. So don't sleep on them. Hongyan as a damage over time, great multipliers, but do you really need damage over time when it's a 40-second fight and you want to burst them down? I'm not sure. It's up to you. Maybe good for Guild Boss. Dao Chan and Guan Yu Ping are auto attackers. They're not skill based reliant. They have decent skill damage multipliers, but their main core part of their damage is just their auto attacks. So I would say get one or the other. You don't need both, and it's very optional. It's just a good filler DPS. Wei Yan, probably the most shit legendary tank out of the bunch for Shu faction. Unfortunately, Shu faction got gimped here, but yeah, I would just go with Cao Ren or a off faction tank in this case. B tier, you don't want to fuck with it. Just bad multipliers and just bad all around. Shu Jing, this is where anything under B tier, there was a lot of evasion or accuracy debuffers or buffers or attacks, skill attacks. I don't know if the evasion and accuracy is meta. I feel like it's a PvP niche. I don't know if it's going to be considerable in future content. I know one of the special dungeons says you need higher accuracy, so they might be better for that dungeon specifically. If I look, it's over here. Right here. This dungeon here, the Hero EXP dungeon, it says boost your accuracy. So you need accuracy for this boss. I think. I'm not 100% sure on that, since the tooltips are very vague. But yeah, so anything BT here is just less than 1,000% damage multipliers, and also it's like evasion based or accuracy based. Right now, I just think you don't need accuracy or evasion right now. It's just bursting down the bosses as fast as possible. So this is why I rated them B tier. Again, anything on this tier list is subject to change. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see about that. But here, rank C and D, I don't know why these guys exist, but their damage multipliers are phenomenally terrible. Like even red tier epic heroes have better skill multipliers than this. So kind of embarrassing. I don't know if there's like another underlying thing I didn't check. Like maybe their base stats are different. Maybe their base stats scale significantly more than the other legendary heroes. I have no clue. But just based on skill damage multipliers alone and their skill tooltips, pretty underwhelming. Yeah, but that's it. Pretty much it for the tier list. Hopefully this helps. Then again, the link's going to be in the comments below. And lots of love. Hopefully you enjoy the game, and I'll see you in the next video. I'm probably going to be covering where winds meet because there is a closed beta next month. Cheers, guys.